We did a little sales training with the team so far today. It's interesting seeing like the mindset shift of like the different sales strategies.
Monday officially began.
Yep. You want sugar?
No.
No?
No.
Damn. I see you, bro. What happened?
I got more conscious about sugar intake.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Kao što sam već objasnio na telefonu, znači ja kažem uvijek kao što sam već objasnio, znači pokrili smo ovo. Čemu je sad problem u smislu? Mi preuzimamo kompletno vođenje oglasa kako vi više ne biste morali brinuti o tome. Znači ona je bila rekla da je marketing problem, znači ja ubacim onaj pain point što uvijek kažem vama da izvučete. Ona je vreme da vodi marketing i sales i sve to, znači ja ubacim to da hej, vi se ne morate brinuti više o tome. Ili ako ona bila rekla, problem je što samo zarađujem 50.000 već godinu dana, cilj je da dođem do 100.000. Znači, ja bih ovdje rekao, kao što sam već objasnio na telefonu, mi preuzimamo vaše oglase da ne ostanete više na 50.000 već par godina jer vam je to bio problem, da vam pomogne da dođete do 100.000 maraka mjesečno kako god. Znači uvijek ubacite taj pain point. Znači sve one probleme što je meni već dala, ja je moram posjetiti na te probleme, jer nekaj kad priča sa nekim, on tebi daje puno nekih informacija, ali možda i ne shvati da je to neki problem. Zato ja uzmem taj nož i zavrnem ga. Zato je važno u sales da zavrnete taj nož, jer kad boli, onda vrijedi plaćati.
Ova pitanja dolaze na tom drugom kolu gdje, a šta ja dobijem, a zašto ja to dobijem, a koliko mene to košta, kad ću ja dobiti povrat novca, šta je meni garancija. I tu ide to objašnjavanje.
Tu ja ne volim više. Znači tu ja povučem liniju gdje više ne pričam, jer onda to se nastavi i nikad ne završi. Jer ima dosta klijenata što uvijek nešto novo traže i tu možeš povući liniju jer to nije više pitanje o marketingu. To je samo pitanje da vidi jel vi znate stvarno rad posao. I što više mi odgovaramo, to više zvuči kao da moramo se mi dokazati. Zato ja ne želim da vi ulazite u strategiju. Znači, nisam nikak ni odgovarao na ona pitanja. Znači, bukvalno sam rekao to je dio to procedure, to ću vam se objasniti. Znači, znam da će vama biti možda neki problem ako ne odgovorite na taj sales strategy ili te nove sisteme na vašem razgovoru, ali odgovor na to jeste i bukvalno vam uradim čitavu strategiju prije što vam krenemo oglase. To je treći korak kroz onaj procedur. Nemojte se bojati da će on sad misliti, pa ako mi ne date strategiju neću pristati. Znači on mora prvo vjerovati u nas kao što ona vjerovala i onda kad budu pitala ova pitanja, samo treba izjasniti da je to dio našeg trećeg stepa. Jer možete vi ulaziti u to, ali hoću da vama pomogne da počne zatvarati. A stvarno ne želim da ulazite previše u strategije. Morate biti pažljivi, kad on kaže pošaljite mi ponudu, ovdje je to drugačije, ali kad samo neko kaže pošaljite mi ponudu, to je
pa i ovdje u 80%.
Slažem se i zato ne želim da ulažete puno vremena u to, kao prvo, a kao drugo, ako ćemo slati nešto, hajmo iskoristiti da to bude pravilno. Sve moram povezati sa njihovim, to smo davno pričali. A koji je bio problem, to je ponuda. Znači, ko što sam ja njoj objasnio kad je ona rekla...
Ali tebi sve postavljala pitanja da dođe na ovo što...
Ja, ali ovo je ponuda. Znači, kad neko pita koja je vama ponuda...
da vam povećamo prihod, povećamo povrat na budžet koji ulažete.
Čak ono može biti bolje, ja i ne znam na našem ni rad sales.
To je okej.
Ali to je taj sales psychology gdje čak i nisam ni znao bosanski, ali ta procedura radi. Znači, ona procedura što ja pratim radi. Čak i ako ne znaš jezik. Kroz tu proceduru, kad počneš pričati o tome, već zvuči da imaš neku strategiju za koju on hoće. I to je to. Ne trebaš ti pratiti nešto, ali to je drugi stepen što se tiče ponude. Znači, prva ponuda ovdje treba biti koji je njihov cilj, znači 30 novih klijenata ili šta god. Kako ćemo doći do toga jeste kroz ovu proceduru. Znači, super, znači već radiš na taj drugi stepen, treći stepen je samo da ih zatvorimo.
Evo, na primjer, sada još jedna stvar, oni imaju trenutno leadove koji dolaze iz Facebooka, koji dolaze iz Googlea i oni ne znaju u stvari koliko tačno lidova s Facebooka se close, on to se vode interno, znači, zato tu CRM pravi značajnu razliku i mi smo im pokušavali objasniti zbog čega će, na primjer, oni kažu kada im dođe lead s Google-a, za 2 minute poziva sve im bude jasno, a kada dođe lead s Facebooka, nekad 20 minuta pričaš i nakon 20 minuta opet ne bude ništa. Tako da šta bi njima bila velika vrijednost u ovom svemu, njima bi vrijednost bila da oni znaju koliko je lidova close-ano s Facebooka, koliko s Google, da onda, na primjer, oni ako su uložili 1000 maraka u Facebooka, 500 u Google, a možda su sa Google dobili sve ove, da tačno znaju u kojoj fazi im ta stvar košta.
On je stvarno, ponosan sam na vas jer stvarno ova nova procedura i već ste počeli implementirati neke nove stvari.
Mi je drago, idemo na sastanke, tražimo nove klijente i volili bi da skratimo sve put.
Zdravo!
Dobili smo vaš upit putem lead forme i interes ste iskazali za saradnju, pa me zanima više informacija o vašoj kompaniji, šta ste do sad radili od oglasa i koji je neki cilj vašeg javljanja.
Hvala što ste me zvali, ništa, vidio sam vaš oglas, ali htio sam da vidim šta to nudite jer radio sam prije oglase, ali nis nešto uspio, pa da vidim šta vi imate to novo.
Dobro, koje ste oglase radili, kroz koje kanale ste se oglašavali?
Nešto preko Mete, malo sam radila Boost Post.
A kako dolazite trenutno do svojih klijenata i svojih?
Preko preporuka.
A koje su to usluge koje vi u stvari prodajete? Kada govorimo o osiguranju u Njemačkoj, šta tu konkretno mislimo?
Zdravstveno
osiguranje.
Privatno.
I koliko jedan taj kupac u stvari ostaje kod vas, koliko on vrijedi, da li kad kupi vaše osiguranje on to traje 5-10 godina ili mjesec dana, kako
inače kad neko kupi ostane makar 2-3 godine, nekad ono je doživotno, ali prosjek 2-3 godine.
I koliko imate vi dobiti od tog jednog kupca koji
sve
ostane
zavisi.
2 godine?
Ja, sve zavisi.
Prosjekni.
Možda neki 700 eura po kupcu.
Što se tiče naše usluge i onoga kako mi gledamo da vam u stvari pomognemo, prvi cilj je da imamo partnersku saradnju. Znači cilj je u svemu ovome da kroz ulaganje vaše u marketing povećavamo vaše prihode sami i znamo u stvari gdje je uložena svaka marka, kako se, gdje je otišla i koliki je povrat od tog uloga. Pošto smo na video call, ja vam volio...
Da nije video call, jer smo tek zovna preko CRM-a.
Ok, onda. Pošto...
Ništa, čućemo se.
Hvala.
Ne sad
Hvala za informacije, čujemo se.
Volio da čujem i s vaše strane koji su neki problemi s kojim se susrećete trenutno i kako vidite neku potencijalnu našu saradnju između vas i nas kao marketing agencije.
Pa dobro, ne znam šta nudite tačno, moj cilj da ima više kupaca, to je to.
Ok, pa naša usluga konkretno, kako sam im rekao, podrazumijeva povećanje prihoda i mjerenje svih tih kompletnih stvari u suradnji s vama gdje mi vama dovodimo potencijalne lidove koje vi zatvarate kroz razgovor sa njima i s nama komunicirate, to je sa key accountom komunicirate koliko smo u stvari zatvorili tih klijenata od lidova koje smo mi donijeli. Konkretno volio bih da napravimo još jedan call na kojem bi vam prezentovao našu ponudu i sve te usluge koje podrazumijevaju našu ponudu i da probamo da krenemo.
Nemoj još jedan sastanak, ne vezi. Htio sam na kraju ostaviti ove stvari što popravio, ali nemoj me gurati drugi sastanak, znači zatvori na ovaj prvi.
Kako vam zvuči ta ponuda?
Malo skupa.
Pa dobro, na osnovu našeg iskustva i ovoga svega što sam vam ispričao, mislim da u konačnici vi ćete znati gdje ste uložili taj novac i gdje je tačno otišao taj novac i nadam se i siguran sam da ćete kroz naše iskustvo dobiti dobre rezultate. Tako da nije to samo marketing, to je u stvari investicija u vašeg novca.
Ali malo je velika investicija.
Početni cilj je uvijek za 3 mjeseca da vratimo klijentu uloženi novac, a sve preko što napravimo, naravno to je neki poseban benefit, poseban dobit u ovom periodu, znači kad imamo inicijalnu fazu gdje ispitujemo tržište i sve, ali kad skaliramo oglase, siguran sam da ćete dobiti željene rezultate.
Dobro, važi, pošaljimo email, pa mogu ja vam uraditi reply sa tim informacijama.
Ok, ja ću vam odmah se javiti.
Važno. Ništa, hvala.
Hvala.
Ćao. Nije loše. Ono, rekao možda neki 6 od 10. Ja izrasim neke stvari dok ne zaboravim jer nisam pisao. Svaka čast što si, kad sam pitao za strategiju, nekako se objasnio i nastavio se dalje. Znači, to je ono što ja kažem kad neko nešto pita i kad odgovoriš, haman odustane od tog pitanja i ide dalje. Znači, vi mislite da neko hoće tu strategiju. Samo odgovorite nešto bez ze. To će vam dati naš tim i nastaviš dalje i nisam se ne vratio na to. Znači, nemojte se puno bojati da samo pređete neki korak. Trebate Amel izvući. Ja imam sales, nekako sastavljeno 3 kategorije, što je intro, Amel i close. Intro je čao, što ima tamo vamo i tu ti je 10% prodaje. 70% je taj Amel. Znači, pitaj se jesam proveo dovoljno vremena na taj Amel. Amel je bullets. A kako izvučeš jeste koji ti cilj? Šta si do sad probala? Kakav je bio rezultat? Znači, ja sam rekla da sam radila oglase, ali kakav je bio rezultat? Pa dobro je bilo, ali nije bilo dovoljno dobro. Što nije bilo dobro? Šta misliš da ti je falilo? Pa falila me neka strategija, falila me neko što zna bolje raditi. Ok, šta još? Rekla si da ti je cilj da zatvoriš 10, što 10? Ali ima dublji nivo što jeste, možda dođem do 10, jer ako ne dođem do 10, izgubiš kompaniju jer već nismo profitabilni ili šta god. I kad provodiš dovoljno vremena tu gdje ti njih pitaš, on hajman zaboravio da pita i tebe neke stvari. Da im objasni ti sad o strategiji, a zašto CRM, zašto Meta, što ne Google. Znači, što ti kontrolišeš više prodaju, manje će on tebe pitati. Vrlo lako ćeš doći do prodaje jer nije više fazon što mi radimo marketing, nego je fazon da ona ima sve ove probleme i mi ćemo njoj to riješiti. Kako ćemo mi to riješiti, njima nije ni bitno. Hoćemo mi držati neki znak na cesti ili ćemo raditi oglase, doći ti me do cilja. Još jedna stvar, kad su radio ponudu, rekao sam kako tebi to zvuči. Nemoj nikad reći kako to tebi zvuči jer onda meni to daneš meni kontrol. I nemojte gurati na drugi sastanak. Uvijek pokušajte na prvom zatvoriti. Uvijek. We did a little sales training with the team so far today. It's interesting seeing like the mindset shift of like the different sales strategies because a lot of people have like their own sales strategy, which could be, focus on the product or focus on the pain points or like do the doctor frame or the straight line sales. Like there's a lot of techniques. But truly, like the best one I found so far, like the one that's working the best so far is the doctor frame. I had a comment the other day saying that they enjoyed a little snippet of the Bosnian sales, like close that I did. So I wanted to do like a specific video just for sales because I know sales is like a big part of like businesses. Because I feel like if you have a business, sales is probably like 90% of the success of that business. Obviously, like the product is important and everything else, but like if you know how to like sell and bring in new clients, I think you'll succeed. Because like even if your product is shit, but you can sell enough to, outdo the churn rate, you're still gonna win in your business. So if you don't know about the doctor frame, I think I even have some like files on my personal website, amelkillage.com. I think I have some resources on there. But look into like spin selling, like SPIN. That's where I picked up the doctor frame, which is more so diagnosing the problem and then offering the solution. Not really talking about the product, not really talking about the features, not really talking about techie stuff. Like people don't want to know about that. They want to know, okay, this is my problem, can you solve it? The salespeople that I see struggling the most are the ones that dig their own grave in a sense. Like they start talking about like features, and obviously you led the lead there, so they're gonna ask you more questions about the features and products and stuff like that. Now you have to over-explain, and now there's more concerns. Like my process is like, give me all the issues that you're dealing with, and I'll follow up with like some case studies so that you know that like my solution works, and that's it. Like I don't really talk about the process because like people don't really care about the process. It's like, I want more sales. Can you give me more sales? If you can, cool. Like you can literally hold a sign now, like in front of the street. If you're bringing in sales, I'll pay you, right? So you can hold this sign out, you can do ads for me, you can cold call, like it doesn't matter to me. But if you're gonna give me sales, I'll pay for you. So that's why like people don't really care about the strategy. They only start talking about the strategy if they don't believe that you actually know what you're talking about.
Do you have any advice
Well,
for leading people in business?
it depends what kind of leader you want to be. Some leaders want to feel like they're leaders and they want people to praise them, and they're like, oh, that's my CEO. But to me, I like building leaders. So to me, like, my way of leading is getting other people to lead. So how do you do that? First, you got to build up their confidence, because leading a team is like 90% confidence, 10% everything else. But that 10% is sometimes like very important too, because the 10% is like the knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge, your people won't follow you. So how do you develop leaders? It's first you're like, hey, like, I believe in this. I put in work too. It's not like I'm just asking you to do something that I wouldn't do. And then they're like, okay, he's at the same level as me. And then it's like the second thing is like, am I following someone that knows the path? Like, do you have the knowledge? Because I don't want to just follow you. There's like a saying, like the blind leading the blind, right? They're both blind. Like, there's no point in following like a blind person. Don't be having like the knowledge to train them well and for them to want to listen to you. And after that, it's just like building up their confidence, right? Just like,
How do you do that?
there's two ways. It's like throwing them into the fire or holding their hand. And then the best solution I found is like a balance in between. I tried like throwing people into the fire before. It's not like it was bad, it's just like they didn't learn. It's like if I threw you into, I don't know, try and build a rocket. You have all the pieces and it's like you could maybe figure it out, but more than likely you're gonna fail. And it's not that you weren't strong enough, it's just like you didn't have enough guidance to succeed. And that was the issue that I found with that. But if I throw them in fire enough, and like this is the way I manage. Like, okay, I want you to build a rocket. I throw you into the room with all the parts. And I try to see, okay, how are you gonna maneuver? Are you gonna like figure things out? And if I see that you figure maybe one thing out, but like you're stuck on this one part for a while, like another part, the way I kind of help out is by throwing that piece like in front of you. It's like, hey, like this is the next one you need, where they still feel like they figured it out, but you kind of assist it a little bit. And then it's like, okay, they figured out that piece, and now maybe they're like, okay, if that piece worked, maybe this is the next piece. And then they like figure it out more and more, and then maybe they get stuck somewhere again, and it's like, okay, I'm like coming in, pushing the next step. That's the way like I usually like build leaders, because you don't just build a leader by giving them all the knowledge, because then it's they start to follow. If you give someone all the knowledge and you like hold their hand too much, they just end up following. The leader needs to be able to find its own path and figure stuff out.
And what do you think about learning from failures?
I mean, that's kind of like throwing someone in the fire. There's a level where like, okay, it does help, but there's also a level where it doesn't help, because what I also figured out is when I just throw someone in and they have a lot of failures, it doesn't mean that you're gonna learn from them, because it's like there's too many variables. Like, say that you're trying to put a piece together for the rocket, and it's like, okay, you put in this piece, that didn't work. You're like, okay, that could be a failure. I learned that this piece doesn't fit, and then you gotta try another piece. But the thing is, like, it's all just like in that step, you're just A/B testing. You're not critically thinking, because next time, say you build that rocket, you're like, okay, it's not this piece, it's not that piece, okay, this is the piece, okay, same routine. But when you're just like A/B testing, you don't really develop the knowledge to be able to do it better next time. Because they'll build that rocket, and now I'm like, okay, time to build a second one. And they use the same theory. They never learn the pieces. They just like, okay, it's not this one, it's not that one. So they kind of like always start from zero using that A/B testing, which isn't the best path in life because it's like very time consuming. So the way I like teaching people is it's like, okay, it wasn't that piece, why wasn't it that piece? It's like, well, because the piece was labeled like B. You know, when you're like doing IKEA stuff, it's like 1, 2, 3, or like A, B, C. It's like it said, get all the B pieces together. And I'm like, okay, you know, if it's telling you got to do the B pieces, like which ones all have like all the B's, right? Like put them together in a category, find all the C's, like figure that out. So kind of explaining why things aren't working well, why they failed. I think that's very important. We do that with kids, you know. It's like, oh, they touched the the stovetop, and you're like, don't touch it. It's like, okay, no shit, I'm not gonna touch it, but like, why not? You know, why won't I touch it again? It's like, okay, I know that it hurts, I know that it might burn my fingers, and you have to explain things to kids. And same thing with humans, like we're all kids at different levels of knowledge.
So basically just explaining them why you shouldn't put A piece of rocket into a B section.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I know it's dumb, but like most people won't have the patience and energy to do that. You know, most CEOs, leaders, they're like, go figure it out. And there's like levels to it. For example, like there's a new client that the team got, which had an issue with their account manager, with their not account manager, with their ads manager on Meta, and they're having issues with it. And their easy solution was, hey, we'll just run it off of ours. But that's not a long-term solution. You know, just kind of like, okay, this piece doesn't fit, let's use another piece. No, figure out how to resolve these issues, because they're going to come up again. And what are you going to do? Always just go between the A/B testing, like, okay, that one doesn't work, let's run it off ours. Like, we need to figure out the solutions.
The permanent solution.
Yeah, I agree. I always tell people, like, go figure it out. But it's like, if you don't figure it out, like, I'll jump in. But like, I want you to like research, because if I just give you the answers, you're not going to learn. I'm done with the office, headed home. Hamza wants me to share one more thing before we wrap up the video, which was one mistake that I usually see during sales calls. And honestly, I think the biggest one is just not listening enough, because in the doctor frame, where you're supposed to extract the pain points, if you're just waiting to respond, you're not really listening. And if you're not listening, you can't pick up on those like subtle pain points that they may be like sharing with you, and then you don't accumulate enough ammo to be able to close the deal. So the best salespeople were always the ones that just listened. And honestly, I feel like if you just shut up and listen, you will close more than if you like actually just talked during the whole like sales call. So I don't know. Biggest mistake is just over talking and not like listening to the prospect. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed another video. As you guys know, we announced that we're gonna help 100 businesses. I had someone respond saying how do they apply, or how they reach out to me in regards to that if they own a business. Again, it's through my Instagram. So my handle, which is in the description, but it's Amel. Just shoot me a DM. But again, I'm careful with everyone that I'm helping with, because I want to make sure it's not wasting my time and yours. Like, if you guys have like a legit business where you're making at least $10,000, not dollars, like let's say like marks a month, it's worth us sitting down. If you're just starting a business, like, it's not really worth it. Like, trust me, because like I get that you might ask like, what's a good business to start? What are some ads I should start with? Like, you're just so early on that even like my answers aren't relevant to you guys, because at this beginning phase, you're gonna go through a lot of like learning processes that even if I give you the exact framework of a business that we took that was in the same industry and stuff like that as you, it doesn't mean necessarily that's going to work for you, because every business is different. You sell different, you look different, your market's different, your service might be a little different, even though it might be the same vertical and niche. So just have fun. Like, don't stress about it. Go on some sales calls, screw up on those sales calls, run some ads, screw up on those ads. Just don't go too heavy into anything, because again, it's a learning curve. If you're gonna run some ads, literally $10 a day, just run it so you can kind of learn what you need to improve on. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace.